Don't you mess with a little girl's dream, 'cause she's liable to grow up mean. Surprised you to find that I'm laughing. You thought that you'd find me in tears. You thought I'd be crawling the walls like a tiny mosquito and trembling in fear. Well, you may be king for the moment, but I am a queen, understand? And I got your pawns and your bishops and castles all inside the palm of my hand. Why you were looking the other way? Why you had your eyes closed? Why you were licking your lips? 'Cause I was miserable. Why you were selling your soul? Why you were tearing a hole in me? Now I have taken control. Now I have taken control. Now I have taken control. This is beginning to feel good. Watching you squirm in your shoes. A small bead of sweat on your brow and a growl in your belly you're scared to let through. You thought you could keep me from loving. You thought you could feed on my soul. But while you were busy destroying my life, what was half in me has become whole. Why you were looking the other way? Why you had your eyes closed? Why you were licking your lips? 'Cause I was miserable. Why you were selling your soul? Why you were tearing a hole in me? Now I have taken control. Now I have taken control. Now I have taken control. This is how it feels to breathe in the summer air, to feel the sand between my toes and love inside my ear. All those things you taught me to fear, I got them in my garden now, and you're not welcome here. Come a little bit closer, let me look at you. Look at you, the benefit of the doubt is true. But keep in mind, my darling, not every saint is a fool. Why you were looking the other way? Why you had your eyes closed? Why you were licking your lips? 'Cause I was miserable. Why you were selling your soul? Why you were tearing a hole in me? Now I have taken control. Now I have taken control. Don't you mess with me.
This cannot be all that there is to life, because in our confrontation with an enormous and cold universe, there's something comical to the idea that we can really enforce our will on humanity. Power corrupts. It's your world. Do with it what you want.
Can't be helped. You called me. So here I am. I know I shut you out sometimes. I'm always glad to hear from you. It's just that I get my hopes up. So many times it's led to nothing. I found nothing. It's like we live in a room, and there's a poster on the wall.
Oh, that's great. It's gonna get even
Stare
creepier.
at it, and we think that's the whole world.
So this part's not gonna make a whole lot of sense unless you played the game, and then you go, "Oh, now I know what
And
she's
the
talking about."
poster.
But I went to this completely blind. I'd never seen any of the
picture's
trailers,
something nice.
nothing. So I had
A
to figure out as I
landscape,
went
a
through, which is
famous
awesome.
person. Like in that movie, what is it called? The prison movie. The room's a cell, and the picture, it's different for each of us. It can be beautiful or terrible, but we're all transfixed. But it's all a lie. Something to distract us from the truth. They're lying to us. We're lying to ourselves. The room's not the world. The world is much bigger and much stranger. There's a hole hidden behind that poster that leads to the real world. We all feel safe in that room. But sometimes something crawls out from behind the poster. And the ones that see it happen freak out and try to forget what they saw. I'm here. Why did you bring me here?
So we're inside the Federal Bureau of Control,
Hello?
which we've all heard of before, right?
Anyone here?
Definitely one of the branches of the United States, investigative things along with, like, the FBI, I'm sure. Security check. So remember, a reminder, certain objects are not allowed inside the Bureau. Recent incidents have necessitated and issued a reminder on prohibited materials. You can't bring in unauthorized weapons, pagers, laptops, smartwatches, smartphones, smart gaming devices, anything quote-unquote smart, number 2 pencils, any objects considered iconic representations of an archetypical concept, i.e., or example, rubber ducks, ketchup bottles. All material under Bureau investigation is to be brought in through the private entrances. If you see any lobby personnel in breach of these policies, please notify your supervisor immediately. So, no rubber ducks, no ketchup bottles, no number 2 pencils. Got it. Yeah, so I went to this game completely blind. I knew nothing about this game at all. So I was like, so it was quite shocking to kind of come through and, like, you get completely lost in the beginning. You're like, what is this? No ketchup bottles? What is this? And as you play and read things and learn through it and keep playing, you find out what's going on. So this is Dr. Casper Darling, head of research. Our bureau at work, it's the back end of a janitor. And director, Zachariah Trench.
Federal Bureau of Control. All these years I've been looking for them, and they were hiding in plain sight.
I want to see. Yeah, that's right. I can't get into this part here right now. Oh, look, a vending machine. I wonder what they have. Pistachios, potato chips, trail mix, crackers, protein. You ever seen the movie They Live? I think it was They Live. I think it was the name of the title, where it's like aliens have invaded, and it's like it's all subliminal. Okay, so basically, like aliens have invaded Earth. We don't know about it. They use subliminal messaging to keep us in control and to buy things and everything else. And Rowdy Piper was the star of that film. It's really good. It's a John Carpenter film. I just can't talk today. And he discovers that if he puts on a certain pair of sunglasses, he can see through all the subliminal messages and see the truth. He can see the aliens' messages. He can also see the aliens themselves. So, like, for example, like you'd have potato chips. It'd be like a Doritos bag is what we'd see, but you put on the sunglasses, you'd see consume, buy, product, things like that, you know? And that's kind of like what this is almost kind of like, but generic pistachios, potato chips, it's like that for a reason. Is there anything in here? I think, yeah, there is. Security order. Redacted. A shark in his, although secure, permission to, following basic protocol, shoot to kill. Good luck. Now, it turns out aliens are involved and they've taken over humanity, and some humans know the truth as well, and they're working with the aliens. It's why they're like celebrities and in power. It's a classic film. Definitely, I recommend to watch it. It's really good. It's a good John Carpenter film from, I think, 1988, I want to say. Maybe later. It's around that era, but it's really good. Yeah, so you'll come across messages like this, like, and they're still censored, of course, but they're not as heavily redacted as this. You can kind of figure out what's going on. So, a shark in his blank, although secure, permission to, following basic protocol, shoot to kill. Good luck. Alright. So if I find any sharks inside the building, shoot to kill.
Hello? Hey, excuse me.
There you are. You are here about the job. Janitor's assistant. You need to go to the interview. Go that way to the elevator.
Thanks. Elevator that way. Got it.
Very good. I'm Ahti, the janitor, by the way. You'll work for me. You can say I sent you. If they don't hire you, niin Johan helvet. There be work for the axe. Take them behind the sauna, jumalauta.
I've done enough night shift loner jobs to know it makes us come off weird. Ahti the janitor is a friendly face in my book.
Better than somebody with no face at all. Think about it. No face.
Okay.
That said, I know what you're thinking. If there's an axe murderer around, that's him.
So she just had a thought like, man, at least he's a friendly face. He's like, at least no face at all. So, sly hint that he can read your mind, this Finnish janitor. Most people miss that little detail. I caught that right away. I'm like, oh, that's creepy. No, this is just a bathroom. Nothing in here right now. Yeah, no, it was all internal monologue in her head. You'll have that quite often in this game where she'll talk to somebody and she'll have internal monologue, like right now.
I was 11 years old the first time I saw behind the poster. They told me I imagined it. I've been trying to pull it down ever since. Will you help?
Welcome
Did
to
I
the
lose you
oldest
there for a
house.
moment? You know what's on my mind. My baby brother, Dylan. 17 years since the men of this bureau took him.
So, oldest house. Discovered August 4th, 1964. Not built. Discovered. Keep that in mind. When penning any notifications of death related to Willow AWE, please adhere to the following guidelines. Word phrases to use in service of his or her country. Regret, proud, or pride will be remembered. Phrases to avoid: Alaska, scissors, blood, or bled, loss, or apologies, or sorry. Internal lockdown in effect. Building lockdown. Multiple containment breaches detected. Multiple building shifts detected. Head of a research override. HRA protocol active.
Shit. Shit. You want me to pick it up? The murder weapon? Really?
Yep. Pick it up.
And there goes the poster.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it.
Look at this place. Where am I?
Good question. Where am I? Picked up a gun. Now I'm here in weird world. Okay. Follow the board's instructions to complete the astral plane challenge. Yeah, kind of, maybe. Okay, so there, we need to have that on, so that tells me, pardon me, what to do exactly. So I'll say, like, use melee to attack, which is what I just did, having played this game before.
The same gun. Okay, now I have a gun.
The cool thing is you don't have to worry about ammo, it automatically replenishes, but it takes a little time. These little blue lights things these guys drop when you injure them or shoot them are actually energy to like replenish your health. I also have a really cool melee attack. Now, because I have all the settings on low so I can stream this, it only breaks into like a big chunk, but when I play this normally like myself offline, whoa, there we are. It blows into like 1,000 chunks. Physics in this game are incredible. Yeah, I've seen people speedrun this game already, They've already found crazy movement tech as well, which is really cool to see. And I think like the world record for this is like an hour, just about, like 59 minutes or so. Yeah, I'm at full health, okay. Like, one of the things I saw in the speedrun of this was, like, in the beginning lobby, when you first get control of your character, it jumped on the front lobby desk, then grabbed onto the flagpole, then jumped to the second level. I was like, that's cool.
Duty as director. Keep the Bureau safe.
Did you hear that? It's the dead man. Right after the pyramid spoke to me, and it was just noise, and I understood every word. And this gun's alive. You know what? I'm happy. Happy to be here. Things
Okay.
are quieted down outside. Is it safe to go?
Pictures of Trench. Oh yeah, this looks nice and safe.
What is that? You can't let this happen. 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 You stopped it. You... Oh, thank you. That was... horror. Get the fuck away!
So they're dead. Let's see what this is. Trench not disturb. Cancel all appointments for the day for the rest of the week. Can't trust them, Barbara, not a single one. Remember when the picture was Trench? Director Jesse Faden, which is my character. So now, because I picked up the gun, went to the astral plane, and I didn't shoot myself in the head, I am now the director of the Federal Bureau of Control. So all those paintings that used to have Trench on them are now my face.
The hotline. Secure line of communication. Guidance. Reach the hotline.
The hotline, says the dead man. Okay.
You can see there's crazy physics in this game. I'm saying when the music stops, that's when we know everybody's dead. Okay, so everybody's dead. That's good. So you got floating people. And really old computers. Rolodex, floppy hard drives, physics. Oh yeah. Okay, so there was something back here. Another memo. Let's see. Agenda. Rising costs of Alter World event response. Update on mold eradication efforts. Upcoming annual salary review. New supplier of coffee filters to be found and vetted. Ooh, coffee filters. Definitely need that. Please come prepared. Thank you for your time. So some things you'll find are just mundane, like, oh, tell Janet to stop using all the toner in the printer, you know, and then some things you'll just find are just off the wall insane. Delays caused by house shifts do not count towards overtime. Remember to wash your hands. Your hands can spread the mold. What's the mold? Office rules of conduct. Speak in moderate volume. No personal calls. No food or drink around bureau documents or in the copy room. No using the photocopier for personal projects. Wear access badge at all times. No discussing confidential projects out loud. The one to finish the coffee pot makes a new one. That makes sense. Shelter. More floaty people. Marshall, we checked the suspected Alter World event in Duluth. Wasn't anything just like the house fire before this and the malfunctioning clothes dryer before that. My team is getting pretty sick of duds. We need to find a better way to sort the fake Altered World events from the real things. We need to rotate these field agents off a bit. Anyways, we're en route to Sherman Ranch, next one on the list. Let's hope it's a little lively there. Agent Keenum. Health recovery. So you get personal mods. Let's see, I think it's, yeah, the back button. So you can actually do things like health recovery on pickups. So you pick up 23% more health than you would just running over it normally. So you can unlock upgrade slots for your weapon and also yourself. And these are just like parts you use to upgrade, which confused me at first. I'm like, well, how do I use these? Like, you can't. It's something that unlocks a little bit later.
Hissing sound that tried to invade me earlier. The hiss. Burrowing into everything in this place.
Is the hiss your enemy? Alright, it's our enemy.
So something is talking back to you in your head.
Contagious. It burrows in like an infuriating melody that makes you hum it over and over.
Okay, so this is a radio that plays music, but apparently it's also copyrighted music. So one of the options I have on is to mute copyrighted music, so when I go to upload this in about a month, it's not going to get me flagged by YouTube, which is very considerate of the developers to do that. Urban legends. I believe the effective creation of altered materials also dictate the characteristics of an altered world event. Urban legends are understood as the modern evolution of Jung's archetypes. Recognize certain blank, informed by our own blank, and popularized by our media. We have additionally proven that urban legends can be artificially, probably created, popular culture using blank, our Bureau-made anthology television program. So the Bureau of Control has a television program, feed out information. Once the seeds are sown, human imagination exacerbates the details. Certain paranatural phenomena contains clear elements of popularized folklore, altered world events that occur on blank, and a pair of scissors that consume human blank, probably flesh, through 2 punctures of the most likely neck or skin. These details, living in the minds so many, have been given strength through belief. So it's kind of like vampires. Urban legends are not just stories for children, they're paranatural realities waiting to happen. So urban legends you've heard, they're all true. They're just not as you think that they are. So much expected from the director. This is Zachariah Trench, the old dude who died. His guard, just basically telling you more about him, like, yeah, they're just Bureau security inside who've just been corrupted by the hiss. Our name for the bad guys being spawned. Oh look, an upside down pyramid. Yes, it is, Ronnie. Just started not too long ago. Control, it's a lot of fun. Gotta run. Probably circling. So I am playing the PC version. It's great. This is definitely a game I recommend everybody to play. Unfortunately, the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One versions are garbage kind of at the moment. They run at like 30 frames a second, and they dip down to like 10. It gets really super chunky. PC, even playing on my old GTX 964 gigs like I'm doing right now, if I'm playing offline, it runs 60 frames a second, and the physics on it are crazy. Like, if you do an attack like this, you only got a couple things, but if you play it on like DirectX 12, it just like shatters everything. So the physics in this game are pretty crazy. Been playing Link's Awakening. Well, this is basically the physics in this game are like so insane. Everything can be broken, everything can be tossed around, desks, chairs, you name it. So it's like super processor heavy like that, and the current consoles just can't keep up with it, but PC can. So how are you liking Link's Awakening so far, the remake? I've heard it's pretty much just like the same game. Just, of course, new graphics.
Holy shit. You did it. We did it.
Interact with these to restore health. These also let you do upgrades too.
With the Bureau. Are you still sane?
Okay, let's all think it's the same game. So basically what's happened, what you've missed so far is you find this huge building, and it's called the Federal Bureau of Control. And it's like, it's totally banned except for one weird Finnish janitor that you meet. He's like, oh, you're my new janitorial assistant. You know, go in and apply for the job and tell him I sent you. And you go walking into the director's office, and he shoots himself in the head. You pick up the gun, and like, congratulations, you're now the new director of the Federal Bureau of Control. And like, all these weird things are happening. You see, like, you can't bring in smartphones, computers, number 2 pencils, ketchup bottles, rubber ducks. You're like, what is going on? So it's kind of the mystery of trying to figure out exactly what's happening in this game, and you're just as lost as she is at first, which is a lot of fun. Art style makes it obvious Nintendo used outside dev to work on it. Oh yeah, definitely. They did.
Please.
I can't tell you how happy I am to talk to somebody sane.
The feeling's mutual. Yeah, I'm Pope. Emily Pope. Dr. Darling's assistant.
My turn.
Okay.
Should I lie?
Jesse Faden. I'm just visiting.
I should have lied.
Oh, shit. You're the new director.
So they instantly know that I'm the new director. They know that Trench is dead, and I'm now the director of this mysterious agency I've just been a part of for 5 minutes by walking in the door.
Director Faden.
Call me Jesse.
Okay, Jesse. I'm Emily. Look, somehow this hostile force, this
Hiss?
that works. Somehow the Hiss managed to infiltrate the building without any warning.
And just like that, my name for it is official. The hiss. Like the sound of poison gas leaking in.
We're in full lockdown. It seems to have spread everywhere and to everyone not protected by an HRA. And, extraordinarily, you. You are the director, and that makes you special by definition. Trench is no longer the director, obviously. I'm sorry, I'm talking too much. This whole situation is just a lot.
Trench is dead. Shot.
Ah.
I found his body. And the gun.
Do I tell her it looked like a suicide?
The service weapon.
Also, and this can sound crazy, he keeps appearing to me, saying things. It's hard to make out, but he told me to cleanse the control point. Push the hiss out. The whole room shifted around.
You did that? And you entered the building when it was already in the lockdown before you became the new director? How?
I'm not ready to tell her about you yet.
A janitor let me in.
I love it. This is fucking unbelievable. I can't even... Look, Jesse, I have a million questions, and you probably have a million more.
Like, do you know my brother Dylan? Not yet.
But there's something I need to ask you to do first. If you can cleanse a control point, then you can maybe cure those infected or possessed by the hiss. Because if that's possible, our options are very different.
Emily Pope. I don't know her, but I like her already. She's the opposite of the faceless agency I've blamed for what happened to me for so long. But I can't trust her yet. Or rather, the Bureau she's a part of.
Yes. I can try.
I'm speaking for you, of course. We can try it together. Okay. You with me? We did it before. Push the hiss out.
So we're in this crazy building that was found, not built, but found. And yeah, and things shift around. You've seen posters all about it already saying you don't get overtime if the building starts shifting. So they're inside this weird building that they didn't build themselves. And yeah, it's crazy. I love this game. You are very limber. I mean, you got some good arch back there. I mean, that's pretty good. It's not Bayonetta crazy, but you're good.
Come on.
That didn't work.
The hiss has burrowed too deep. Ripping it out rips them apart.
So I can't cure these people. Is everything
Jesse,
like...
over here.
Is everything on the stream seeming like okay? Is the volume level okay? Is it dropping frames that you're able to see? Because I'm showing 0 drop frames, but like my indicator is like going from like green on OBS to like red at parts. So, but it's not showing a drop frame, so that's why I'm kind of keeping an eye on it, going, okay, what's going on? But like I said, this is a really huge, like graphically intense game, even on low settings. So, okay, good. I just want to make sure, because I was seeing it like during the part where she's trying to cleanse the hiss from that agent, and they just died. You know, it was like the indicator was going red, but it wasn't dropping frames. So I was like, all right. Just want to make sure it's not going choppy on your end.
I can't cleanse them.
I saw. It was worth a shot. Thank you, Director Jesse.
That's Miss Director Jesse.
I'm gonna tell her why I'm here. I'll risk it.
Listen, the Bureau was involved in an incident in my hometown, Ordinary, 17 years ago. The Bureau came in and covered the whole thing up. I've been looking for this place for a long time.
That's enough. Maybe that's too much already. I can't tell her about Dylan and the rest yet.
Like right now it went red.
I've seen mentions of an Altered World event case dealing with Ordinary. You were at Ground Zero as a child?
Still red.
It was one of the big ones, and before my time. And very classified. I can try to dig out some old files for you. My boss, Casper Darling, would know, but he's missing. I think he knew this was coming, or suspected.
What year is it set in? This year?
Came up with the HRAs,
2019?
the Hadron Resonance Amplifiers. I think they're what saved us. Or a few of us. And Director Trench would know.
Trench. The ghost, or whatever he is. He mentioned something called the Hotline. Said I should find it.
It's another object of power, like the gun, an old Bakelite telephone. A direct line of communication between the director and the board. Maybe he can talk to you more clearly through that. I mean, Trench has years and years of experience. He might know how to destroy the hiss.
Where is the hotline?
It's kept in the communications department through the mailroom. It's part of this sector, so we can access it even with the lockdown in place. We'll get the door open for you.
Okay, that's my next stop.
That's Tomasi's department. He's head of communications. I don't think he had an HRA. He kind of made a point about not wearing one earlier. Keep an eye out.
That's the building
They call
from the
me
outside.
Director. But that's not me. I'm not a director type. I'm not a leader. Why am I here? I think you already know. Yes, I came for my brother, but there are other reasons too. I said I was looking for answers, but I might never understand them. I'm not looking for proof. This is already it. More than enough. No matter what they told me all those years, I know it's real now. I didn't imagine this. I want to be a part of this world. What scares me shitless is that I finally found it. Only to see the hiss destroy it all.
I don't know, Ronnie. I'm thinking, you guys have been together for many years, and you might have to dump her now if she doesn't like Prickopapil. I mean, yeah, it pays off for you. You get to eat more, but it's like, that's good stuff, man.
Look, I know this is all new to you, so don't hesitate to ask me anything you want to know. There are no
Yes,
stupid
12 years
questions.
down the drain,
The door to
wasted.
the comms department is just outside
You
the boardroom
thought you
back
knew
in the
her, and
lobby.
you don't.
They should have gotten it open by now. Follow the signs to the mailroom. You can get to the hotline containment chamber through there. Good luck, Jesse. See you back here once you have the hotline.
So yeah,
Thanks, Emily.
you've probably noticed everything here is styled like the 1960s. There's very, very old computers like from 1980 in here. No current tech. They didn't build this building, they found it. And they based themselves inside this unknown entity. So it's pretty crazy. But yeah, this is actually supposed to be taking place this year, like in October. So like next month. So it's like, it's current times, but everything in here is like 50 years in the past.
The hotline should be in the communications department.
Dude, not a fan of Curry as well. What are you two doing together?
Where did the hiss come from?
I'm not sure. You said the hiss was here when you entered. Did you see anything like that outside before you came in?
No. No, just inside.
The source is internal then. See, the oldest house is a sprawling complex with openings to other places as well. I don't even know where to start looking. But in the context, it's good news. The lockdown holds. The hiss escaping the building would be the end. Pretty shitty world out there if you ask me, but I wouldn't want the hiss to destroy it.
With you on that, Emily.
Yes, except for CERN doesn't lead to alternate dimensions, though. So she mentioned, like, it goes other places. You find out exactly where parts of it go, which is really trippy. She does make the best steak you've ever eaten. Well, I guess those two could kind of weigh each other out then. She doesn't like curry and porco pabilo, but she can make a mean steak, so that's a keeper, I guess. The oldest house.
You mentioned the oldest house. What is it?
This building, the Bureau headquarters, the oldest house, is a shifting place. You've seen it. It transcends its physical limits.
I've been to New York a few times. How didn't I notice this place?
It's an attribute of the building. This is a place of power. The oldest house doesn't like attention, so unless you're purposely trying to find it, you don't, which is perfect for us. The work we do here is essential, but unstable. The Bureau prefers not to be noticed. And we need strong walls to make sure nothing gets out.
So without you, I never would have found the front door.
Okay.
So this building, this big giant skyscraper in New York City is invisible. Nobody can see it unless the people who are working in this building or something wants them to see it. Like the building that's like, okay, I want you to know I'm here. So other people living in New York City have no idea this place even exists.
This Trench guy. I keep hearing him in my head. Is he a ghost? Haunting me?
I doubt we're talking about a ghost in the traditional sense, but an echo maybe. See, if he was killed by the service weapon, your gun, maybe it's his final thoughts recorded by the bullet in his brain, like a deep space probe sending back data. But that's just a hypothesis on my part. I need the gun to research it. But you better hold on to that given the circumstances.
I think I will. Yeah. Can you tell me what an object of power is exactly? This is all, well, new to me.
Don't worry, I love going over the basics. So objects of power are mundane objects that house paranatural energies and have developed a link to the astral plane and can thus be controlled, which is what differentiates them from altered items, which are still housings of paranatural forces, but are more volatile and cannot be bound in the peri-utilitarian sense. Got it?
Did she memorize this?
Clear as mud.
Got it. Thanks. So HRA stop you from becoming Hiss?
Well, it seems that way. I mean, I hadn't even heard of an HRA until a few weeks ago when Dr. Darling started handing them out. Well, I began analyzing mine as soon as I got it. I mean, each one seems to emit a powerful short-range frequency way beyond anything I've ever seen.
Doesn't the timing seem suspicious?
I thought that too. Dr. Darling usually likes to unveil his latest breakthrough in big presentations. With these, he just passed them out. Yeah, his behavior makes me wonder what exactly he knew.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know.
So I need to find the hotline so I can talk to the director. Let's see here. Service weapon. Acquired 1964. Basically, they found the weapon inside the house. So this object must be bound by individuals seeking the role of director. Object will be determined whether, you live or die if you become the director. If rejected, the applicant is terminated. So if I picked up the gun and decided it didn't want me to be the director after the previous guy shot himself, it would have maybe pulled the trigger and kill myself. Object was discovered inside the oldest house in the room that is now used as the director's office. Popular hypothesis, blank, forms many throughout history. Mjolnir, Excalibur. So, like, all those other things that had tests, like you had to pull Excalibur out of the stone, the sword in the stone type deal, become the king of England. This is that weapon, just known through different names throughout history. So that's kind of cool. The media.
Objects of power can cause or be results of AWE's altered world events, intrusions upon the perceived reality.
This part's just really quiet.
Side note, remember to cover their connection to the astral plane as well. Now, the service weapon is, of course, a prime example of an OOP, a very powerful one. Ingrained in the Bureau's DNA, a key component in our prime candidate program. Come out of that Russian roulette a winner and you're it. Lose and you're, well, fine. Thank you. I'm Dr. Darling, Head of Research, Federal Bureau of Control.
Alright then. Okay, so the one I have is like 23. This is 20. We'll just deconstruct it. You pick up a lot of like power-ups in this game. So you just want to deconstruct the other ones for like money that you don't really need. It's like even later in the game you'll be picking up stuff that's like level 5, like the best you can get, and you'll still be getting like level 1 garbage.
There it is again. Our welcome message.
And then physics. Can't get in there yet. Oh, this looks nice.
Yes, it's overpowering here. You don't want me anywhere near it. With you on that.
Consecutive kills boost. Damage after kill goes up at 29%. We'll take that. Look, another picture of me as the director. Okay, let's see. Oh, this looks like another fun place. Might need to up the brightness just slightly. There we go, I can see a little bit better in the darkness now. Machine God. Yes, I love this one. I had a dream I built the thing I saw in my dream. A machine that will contain God, but not the God you know or the ones anyone knows. A new God. This machine will be his body, his heart, and his mind. I made it just like the dream showed me. I used the motor from the refrigerator and the coils from my toaster and the fans plus the timing belt for my car's engine and the wheels for my son's skateboard. God can't move yet, but the dream said he would learn how on his own. This is just a beginner's body, like a baby's, but a machine instead. God only needs a place to start. If you want to interview me, please contact me at the address on the envelope. My phone does not work anymore. I had to use the dialing plate on God. Yeah, that sounds like a good sane letter. Sounds like trouble's coming. I don't see him yet, but I can hear something. Hear the music going. Yep, there they are. Navigate to the communications department. Okay.
Communications. We're on the right track.
Somebody in the bathroom? Knock, knock. Hello? Are you pooping? Oh, these are pretty strong toilets, though. Yes. Oh, that's a good sign. Guy gets thrown out here and destroyed.
An object of power. Looks like the hiss had latched onto it. We need to cleanse it.
Chatter is like a shotgun. Like, your gun will also transform. Like, you can get like a rapid fire one. There's a version that's kind of like a shotgun, which is strong at close range, but not, you know, at far. So... So I have to get close to this wonderful thing that's just, whatever it is that's chucking things at me, trying to murder me. Ouch. And bum rush. A floppy disk.
It's harder to hear you when I'm here. It's like the channel's been changed. The board's in charge here. They're pyramids in the Bureau seal. Are they really the ones pulling the strings? I'm not their director. I'm no one's director.
So I cleansed that floppy disk, and now I can pick up stuff with my mind. If you played like The Force Unleashed, like that old Star Wars game, say old, it's like 10 years. Yeah, I guess old enough. Kind of like that with the Force powers, but except for this is a lot more controllable. Launch the cube thingamajig. So your gauge to use it is like limited, but as like everything else in this game, you can level it up, get it stronger. But this is like the best attack you have in the entire game. And the cool thing is too, is like you don't have to be near blocks or anything. Like you can pick this up if you target it. But like even if you're in a hallway with nothing there, you'll actually break off parts of the ground to use as your projectiles, which is really cool. So you're never out of something to chuck at anyone, which is a nice feature of this game. The floppy disk is now bound to me, so I now have telekinetic powers.
There you are. You were gone. Cut off. I got it. Just like you wanted, right? This will help me fight the hiss.
Around the corner. Handle with care. Oh, crap. There. Yeah, so basically it's like I grabbed the, like there was this floppy disk that was like right here just throwing all these pneumatic tubes all over the place. These pneumatic like canisters. So I grabbed it, and it's now part of me, so now I have, like the service gun, I have the ability to use telekinetic powers. So I can just grab anything, like part of the ground here that just came up, right here technically, and just chuck it at people.
Emily said that the hotline can be reached through the mailroom.
Let's see, where is it? National news sites have begun publishing the story of the polar bear attack on an Alaskan town. You all know I don't like to boast, but claiming that the family was killed by migrating polar bears desperate for food because their ecosystem is being ruined by global warming was a stroke of genius. Using ecological concerns make the public most likely to blank. So another altered world event behind us and the public is none the wiser. Well done, everybody. It was a strong campaign and perfectly executed. This doesn't mean we can stop monitoring blank and blank for any off-message opinions, but it's looking like we're in the clear. That for a moment, this is like the Harry Potter, the movie, where they were seeing themselves running around, third movie. I don't know, I've only seen like the first movie and the fourth movie of the Harry Potters, and I think like part 1 of the 6 is like, I have barely seen any of the Harry Potter films. I know of Harry Potter. But yeah, you'll come across like objects here that are like, they're bound, like they give you special powers, like if you can like bind them to yourself, like okay, this is my thing now, like she did with the floppy disk, then you get that power. And the director's the only one to really do that. These are bad guys. Case files, floppy disk. There's something I'm missing. I must have gone past it somehow. Let me go back, see if I can find it. So that's where it was before. It's still locked out to me. Okay, so that was a presentation file. Maybe I missed it on my way in. Because you'll find videos with like Dr. Darling explaining things to you, like, hey, check this out. And one of the things that actually explained the disc, and that's what I'm looking for, because it's kind of humorous. Let me backtrack for a minute. That's a cafeteria, so I didn't miss it. Ah, here we go. This is what I was looking for. I like this.
Just look at it. 8 inches wide and capable of storing a whopping 80 kilobytes.
80 kilobytes, holy
Stolen
crap.
by our friends at the CIA, the disk held the launch codes to Soviet nukes. This is not the disk, of course, but one exactly like it. A perfect fusion of concepts vibrating in the Cold War era collective unconscious. A receptacle. It is a receptacle for dangerous energies to hone in on. And they did. We don't have the details, but when things started flying around the disk, it was transferred to us. It's an object of power. OOP. Oops. Oh, and it can launch things telekinetically through the air. To date, we've launched maybe 3 dozen pencils. And once, we even launched a cup.
Yeah, OOP, yeah, you know me. Naughty by Nature, their only popular song, really. So, yeah, so... And I love that, too, because the disc holds Russian nuclear launch codes. Launching, so what do you do with it? You have it bound to yourself, you can launch objects at people. It was known for throwing objects around the room. It's like, oh, that's cute and literal. Hold on one second, I open a can. Well, the question is, if you're down with OPP... Oh, and occasionally bad guys will just come back through places you've already been. Keep you on your toes. I can't deflect those yet. Later on, one of the abilities you get is the... Like, you can grab enemy grenades and, like, chuck them back. Yeah, only your own property. Dang right, man. I don't know, all my relationships seem to be OPP against my will. It's like, oh, please stop. Please be single for once and not totally batshit insane, which never works out. Ever. Okay, nothing over here. Mailroom. I thought there was a control point around here. Lockdown, basically saying like lockdown is like, explain the differences, like we're under full, complete and total lockdown. You don't know it yet technically, but this purple stuff is like mold. If you go in there, it's gonna hurt you. So this game does have certain things you have to come back to. Like you become immune to certain molds later. However, you can walk back. Yeah, and that's the things like I try to do as well is sometimes I do get lost, but I like to try to respond back to chat messages as quickly as I can. So that way I don't get like, oh, what are we talking about? Yeah. Oh, crap. Because it's easy to get lost. I mean, if you're playing a game and especially if you have like a more populated chat for sure. You're a strong guy. You have your own name. You're not Stormtrooper number 37, so... Run! Anyone drop anything fun back here? Probably not. Data breach. Last month, our on-site server experienced an intrusion of unauthorized users. After a thorough investigation, it was confirmed the users only accessed a video file which contained portions of various Dr. Darling presentations. Investigators were able to track the users through their IP addresses. They probably used a Visual Basic to create a GUI to backtrace that IP address. Following are the confirmed identities of the users, those people. These individuals are in breach of Bureau Code 91 and have been placed under surveillance by our external investigation team. Further action is pending. So, someone accessed the network and they weren't supposed to. Saw some Dr. Darling videos where he's showing off like, here's a floppy disk. It launches things through the air. This game really rewards you for exploring. I mean, you find story parts and fun little things here and there. So, yeah, I was pretty sure. I think it's down here. Or not. I was certain there was like a control point like right around here. I guess not. So basically, like, if I die, I can like respawn here. Oh, there it is. Ta-da! Where the big glowy thing is.
This
Level
must
1.
open the door.
So now I can go back into the mail room, like where I got the disc at, and open those doors if I wanted to. So now if I die during this boss fight, I will respawn right here. Okay. Because spoiler, there's a boss fight right through this door. That's a good sign. Nothing bad will happen to me.
They can fly now. Great.
He's got a problem though. If you try to launch stuff at him, he just dodges it. So, no sneaking up on me. And sometimes the things you're hiding behind will collapse, like from too much damage, so you gotta be careful about that too. It's like, oh, I'm safe here, and somebody just chucks something, and just blows it away. You're like, time to run.
I have a feeling he'll be back. Let's stay focused. The hotline should be past the mailroom.
All right, take this down. The situation in Cuba has been evaluated by the relevant authorities. The mysterious illness affecting the staff at the U.S. Embassy in Havana was caused by sonic weaponry in the hands of a foreign power.
This actually happened.
Numerous personnel have damage to the inner ear, but most are expected to make a full recovery. Of course, the event also damaged their cellular walls, but we can't blame that on some stupid noise gun. Thank God no local doctors examined them first. Honestly, what are the odds an altered item would show up inside a U.S. embassy?
Except for that part.
Talk about good luck, huh? So much easier to... Hey, are you still recording this?
Oh look, documents on the floor. Butte! Or if you don't know, the name of the town, Buddy! Which I've had agents in the past while I was a supervisor say on the phone. So you're in, Butte, Iowa? No. It's about a disappearance was traced to a home in the city of Butte, where Bureau agents discovered a translocative light switch cord. Bureau agents arrived at the home of a local celebrity, located at blank, which had been connected to a total of, who knows, disappearances in the area. Agents found no one inside. While searching a closet, an agent pulled the light switch cord and disappeared from view. Another agent was selected to pull the cord in order to replicate the event. Hey, Johnson, go pull that cord, see what happens. He disappeared as well. Both agents were discovered at the oldest house blank days later, found in a sealed room by rangers exploring a new area of the house. So, they've been in this house. The Federal Bureau of Control based themselves here. They still don't know where everything is. They are still exploring and finding new areas inside the place where they work. Keep that in mind. The light switch cord in Butte's home closet disappeared during this incident. Alright then.
The hotline can't be far now.
Yep. Let's see. That's still there. Energy recovery. Ooh, so health 17. I don't really need that. Energy recovery speed is like how fast you can recover the ability to throw stuff at people. So that's a good one to have, but I do like the health element recovery. It's like you get more health by walking over stuff.
Alright.
You already listened to that. Flying hiss, pain in the butt, got it. The hotline chamber. So, Bill Everett, a custodian, and Director Trench, and Carol Bishop. The same Bishop at the beginning who tells you everything like, yeah, we were all trapped in here and everyone went crazy. Her have been down to see this telephone.
The Ocean View Motel and Casino. Dream logic. The light switch cord. Door marked with the black pyramid.
I would say one really dedicated telemarketer. Keeps calling and ringing and ringing. Notice, Ocean View Motel and Casino entry point. Light switch. Law of 3 applies. Director use only. Disregard of this policy may result in fatal psychic trauma. So if anybody else other than me picks up the phone, they're going to die. So laws of 3. So I pulled it once, twice, 3 times.
Have we been here before? No. I've stayed at a lot of roadside motels across the country, on the road, on the run, under the radar. This feels like...
Dreamcast.
All of them, like something recognized from a dream.
It's like the Cat's Eye Nebula. So you have doors with different markings. American Airlines, you can't leave. Can't really see anything outside, it's just too bright. Cigarette vending machine, man. I haven't seen one of these in 30 years. 30 plus years. I remember seeing these when I was a kid. For those of you who may be lurking and don't know, you used to be able to buy cigarettes from vending machines. You just come in, drop in the buck or whatever in quarters through there, pull the little switch, and you got a pack of cigarettes. These got outlawed, I think around 88 or 89, I want to say. Maybe a little earlier than that, but I remember seeing these when I was a kid. They're like, hey, yeah, kids are smoking. We probably shouldn't have those available. Oh, look,
Hello?
a door opens.
Anyone here?
To a room. But you have to remember, though, law of 3 applies. So that's 1. 2. 3. That's the casino. You can't get into it. So no gambling in this game, unfortunately. And a set of keys.
Key has a black pyramid on it.
Nothing else in the room to interact with. But we did see a door with a black pyramid. I love that, by the way, the picture is me looking at the phone. 3. And now there's a bridge. We're back where we started. Complete the Astral Plane challenge. Oh god, this is Astral Chain. Be like, okay, I need to shoot that guy over here. No, shoot over there. I want to shoot this guy. Okay, ready, go. Game's like, nope, that direction. We're good. And you lock on, and it's like, nope. It's the best game. 10 out of 10. Hotline will allow you to contact extra-dimensional entities. This thing is not your friend. You also cannot kill it. You can chuck things at it, it don't care. Okay, it went the wrong way. Haha! So you encounter these things in a couple different places. That other one can't get to me. It's stuck back there. So fortunately, they don't throw things at you. But you do encounter these things in a couple other places in the game, so they do become a threat at certain points. And if you get like close proximity to them, they start draining your health like really quickly. We expect weekly calls.
It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well.
So it's a dimensional telephone that lets you speak to somebody in the astral plane. We don't know exactly who, but apparently they call the shots.
A director needs a team. My management team. These people know the secrets of the Bureau as well as I do. Some even better. Darling, Tomasi, Salvador, Marshall. Marshall especially, my head of operations. She sees right through me. She knows I don't like relying on people. The only person you should fail is yourself. But things change when you become director.
I have it. The hotline. I can reach Trench. Well, listen to him. He feels more like an echo. An echo with important info. I need to get back to Emily.
So you can, like, every once in a while you'll complete something new and you'll have something in the hotline where he's just like, you know, I picked people to work with me, or like the hiss is coming, there's a storm coming, we gotta be prepared for it. The Ocean View Motel is a weird, trippy place, like I've been there in a dream. So basically, it's videos like that. You can watch them or not. It's not going to really impact the story. It's just going to fill a little bit behind it. It's kind of like ancillary, so I'm not going to really go through that. Multimedia. The thing is, though, when you do get these like Darling presentations, you see only a snippet of it in the game. But if you watch the videos here, they actually tend to be longer and have a little more information to them.
Ring, ring. It's Dr. Darling calling. In 1978, a comms department intern heard the hotline ring and picked it up, going against every safety protocol in the manual. She never recovered. And the handful of witnesses required extensive memory repression therapy. It is a phone. It's an object of power. It doesn't connect to any typical network. A direct line to the astral plane and the board. And my hypothesis is, under the right conditions, to other planes of existence as well. Our very own Ouija board. Only the director can answer it safely, and what he hears is kept classified.
People react strongly when I tell them about you. Is it too soon to tell Emily? She might be able to help.
According to testimony, agents have been transported from the Butte home to a roadside motel named the Ocean View Motel and Casino, where I just was, and discovered a room key by performing a ritual. The key opened the door marked with an inverted black pyramid, which they only learned after a lengthy period of trial and error. That took them a long time. Even when I was first playing through the first time, I was like, oh, rules of three, 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's done. Okay, cool. After pulling another motel cord found inside this room, they were transported to the oldest house. Disappearances of the home's owner and the other locals of Butte have been attributed to this light switch cord. The Ocean View Motel is now known to have many doors and pathways. Since the occurrence, identical light switch cords to the one found in the Butte home have begun appearing throughout the oldest house. Time of writing, blank light cords have been found in the oldest house located in areas and sectors. These all access the Ocean View Motel, though exactly how this link operates is blank, but initial hypothesis center on Butte's altered world events as a blank again. Then telephone, 1960s era Bakelite, lets you talk to the board, blah blah blah, we've seen that, we're good. And ambush. Milk hole! Oh crap. Rocket. Couldn't dodge. I don't have the dodge ability yet. It's like, oh, dodge all the way! Crap. Jeez, these guys are gonna kill me. The hell. Yeah, so you get an ability to dodge which like quickly like flings you way out of the way real fast. And you pretty much need to do it for those rocket guys. One grenade. Oh, come on. I hate this part of the game. Like, when you're early on and you don't have the abilities. A little bit harder. It was like, because I instinctively started jamming on, like, the dodge button. I'm like, it's not doing anything! Oh, that's right, I don't have it yet. Now, it respawned me back here, but I didn't lose anything. Like, I don't have to do the boss fighting or anything like that. It saves that part, thankfully. So, we can fast travel back to where I need to go. You'll have to run it on foot. Because it turns out this game is actually pretty big. Quite large.
Jesse, did you get the hotline? I mean, how is it out there? The comms? The hiss? Sorry. You made it. I'm glad.
Emily? I got the hotline. I can make out what Trench is saying now.
Incredible. What did he say?
Where do you
He
keep the
talked about his
telephone?
management team. People who knew the Bureau's secrets. Your boss, Darling. Tomasi, but he's gone. He's gone. Salvador?
He's the head of security.
And Marshall?
Helen Marshall is head of operations. She's tough, ex-CIA. She took her Rangers and went to the research sector to secure the HRA production. She hasn't come back.
Someone who could help us. The other sectors. How do I get there?
It's impossible because of the internal lockdown. You can perform a directorial override to lift it, but that can only be done in the maintenance sector. Normally, you take the sector elevator down there. It connects all the sectors, but it won't work while the lockdown is in effect.
We already got past one lockdown.
Maybe I can find a way.
Jesse, look, with no prep, no training, in this extreme situation, you are doing phenomenally well. And all that and the hiss can't seem to affect you. I mean, I would love to run some tests on you. If you agree, that is. We could find out something that would help us.
Tests? I don't know. She might find out about you.
She might find out I don't know how to read.
But I wouldn't mind understanding more myself.
Okay. If you think it will help.
Great. I'll check the internal documentation for any lockdown bypasses. We need to get these sectors open to locate Darling and Marshall.
And I'll look for a way inside the maintenance sector. The sooner we find one, the sooner I reach this override.
That's where I gotta go. I can now upgrade. Yay, finally! Initial encounters with the entity known as the Hiss have revealed various behavioral facts. Most noticeably, the Hiss are able to invade or corrupt patrol points, altered items, and even humans, radically changing their behavior. Curiously, any person wearing one of the wearable HRA devices that Dr. Darling has distributed over the past weeks was not affected by this corruption. The only known exception to this fact is the new director, Jesse Faden, who possesses an inherent immunity to the Hiss. This could indicate that she has already been corrupted, but her behavior is so contrasted to that of other Hiss that I have dismissed this theory. My final observation comes from Miss Faden herself. She is able to cleanse material and organisms of the Hiss corruption. We tested this ability on a Hiss corrupted entity, but unfortunately the process seemed to kill the host. Perhaps the host's physiology becomes relevant or reliant on the Hiss. More work to be done. Refer to blank. Full report. Good report. Good job. I want to congratulate you for that. With a bullet! I can't draw my weapon.
Hi, Jesse.
You have nothing new to tell me. Okay, great.
Thanks, Emily. I'm sure I'll have more questions soon.
Just let me know. Do you hear that? Someone's singing. Where's it coming from?
Singing. Sounds like it's coming from the elevator.
Power plant brings up a lot of new questions. Are they communicating? Coordinating? What about the plant attracted them?
Who's guessing the Hiss's motives if we don't even know what kind of energy it uses?
Alright, so I have abilities. 25% to launch damage, that's pretty good. Melee and health. Let's see, this is 1, so I can do 1 across the board. Good. Health we need. Alright, so I can unlock an additional weapon slot. Very good. Melee don't really use a whole lot once you get like the launch ability, so you definitely want to upgrade this as soon as you can though, but everything else is 2, 3, and we'll just do number 1, might as well. So by completing tasks, things in the game, you earn more points. Here I can build the shatter, I can construct the shatter. It costs 5,000 bucks or whatever, those little blue things I've been picking up the money. The unrefined breeding and house memory. So those things I've been picking up, those little weird icons that allows you to build different weapons. Mods you can get. I don't really want to spend money on these. These are kind of useless because oh, you can pick up a common mod or whatever, and you just run across these by killing enemies anyway. So just save your money because they're never going to give you anything really worth it. Outfits. Tactical response. Hey, T. Wallace. Yes, so this is my new look. Kind of like her other look, even though she's rocking that sweet ponytail. Yeah, so T. Wallace, you've missed a lot in the last hour and a half or so, but basically there's this place called the Federal Bureau of Control. It's a magical place that exists. They didn't build this building. It's in the middle of New York City, but only certain people can see it. And interdimensional, other dimensional invaders are corrupting everything and taking over bad people. Bad guys are invading, called the Hiss. So we're trying to control them to stop them from getting into our world. But this is a crazy game I recommend everybody to play, because it's just so much fun.
Time to work.
The janitor's talking to me.
The maintenance.
Yeah, leading to another place, which we won't really discuss.
Like I said before, the janitor is a friendly face.
It's the janitor. This is the first person you meet in the entire game. It's this janitor. And you have like internal monologue segments. You're just like, well, at least he's a friendly face. He's like, at least that's better than no face. You know, he responds. He says something back to something you said in your head, and that goes over a lot of people's head, like a lot over their, like they didn't realize it. But apparently he can read your mind, so he may not be what he seems.
The maintenance sector is the janitor domain. If I can find Ahti here, he can help me reach the override.
Are navel piercings?
Maybe it was you who got me into
still
the
a thing?
house with the lockdown on. Maybe it was Ahti. It felt like he made the elevator appear that took me to Trench's office. Is Ahti guiding me too?
Is that crazy Finnish janitor making me actually... You know, like, is he guiding me? Sources say yes. Oh, I forgot to come here on my old file. There's something up there. Yeah, so I was wondering, like, are navel piercings still popular? I haven't really seen those in quite some time. Kind of like then you also had the lower back tattoo, aka the tramp stamp, was popular for a while, and now it's kind of like, not the best thing to be getting. So I love this. So this is locked by a level 2. Oh no, I can't get in here, but look, there's glass. Door is unlocked. I love this. This is like one of the few rooms you can actually do that to. It's like, oh, need level 2 clearance. Well, let's make my own. Best key in the world. Last time I saw a girl one 7 years ago during last relationship. Yeah, exactly. So I'm just like, it's been a while. Respondents, book club. Yeah, people are just reviewing a book club. So I have another weapon, so this is kind of cool. Like a shotgun. So you can switch between precision and just murdering everything. Wrong button. So lowers recoil by 5%. Yeah, we'll take that. Energy. Yeah, but unfortunately, if you have a chainsaw, then it's like you are way too close to things. You don't want to get that close. This weapon I actually almost never use. You get one called the Spin, which is like a rapid-fire machine gun that gets some use. And I think it's called Launch. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember exactly what it is, but you like launch these explosive projectiles like a missile. And it damages everything in an area. It's not as strong, but it's pretty effective for crowd control.
The directorial override is right there, in the control room. How do we get there?
This game like Astral Chain? No, not at all, thankfully. This game's actually fun. Shotgun! Oh crap, more people. Okay, they're all done spawning. Yeah, it's one of the things you find in this place, because basically you're in this building, and you can see like it's all got these weird shapes and things like this. But so you're in this building that was discovered, not built by them. They moved in like the whole better like Bureau of Control. So all these urban legends and crazy things you've heard about UFO sightings and everything are all legit. They actually happen, but they're being covered up. So one of the things I got a little bit before you showed up was there was this floppy disk holding a whopping 80 kilobits of information. It contained Russian nuclear launch codes on it, and it's launching things all throughout the place. So I was able to grab it and bind it to myself, like, okay, this is mine now, I'm going to make it work for me, and now I can throw things around. I have telekinetic powers. And that's pretty much what the game is kind of like. So you find these different crazy objects, and it gives you different powers. So it's kind of like The Force Unleashed, where you have like force powers like that, but these are a lot more accurate, controllable, whereas that game was just kind of, hopefully it works. But you also have these control points, and then if you take control of them, you cleanse them, get rid of the bad invaders, the red guys, the hiss. And everything goes back to the way it should be. Yeah, so it's kind of like, you know, like all those crazy conspiracy theories you've heard, like about vampires and stuff. It's like actually, you know, it's related to like a pair of scissors that was like leaving 2 marks on people's neck, made it look like it was like a puncture wound. So it's like, so people are taking these crazy things that happen, you know, like possessed scissors are flying around stabbing people in the neck and draining their blood, and then going, oh, but it has to be a vampire. So it's like half truth, half, you know, imagination to it. So it's kind of fun. Now you have low ammo. Like the thing is though, is like your gun replenishes its own ammo, so you have to worry about trying to pick up ammo. You're too eager to get to me. That makes me worried. Crap. Like, no! So those little blue dots on the floor are basically health pickups. So when you start shooting people, they start dropping them. So sometimes, like, if you just start taking a lot of damage, you gotta sprint through all this crazy stuff and hope you can pick up enough life and not get killed. Janitor's office.
What's down that way?
Yes, so what's down this way? You want to go in here first. Still locked. Oh yes, this is great. So they decided to make this super creepy children's show for this Bureau agency that's not supposed to have kids running around. Yes, special green herbs that make you feel a lot more mellow, and yeah, we all know what that is. Oregano.
Hey, Meg! What are you drawing? I'm drawing a dog!
I'm drawing the pyramid.
The what?
The pyramid.
What's a pyramid?
The Black Pyramid. It's in the astral plane.
Airplane?
Astral plane. It's big, white, and empty. Or is it? It's a weird, crazy alien dimension. The white goes on forever. You can get lost in all that white and never find your way back home.
And EVOO. Make sure you add that too.
I miss my home.
And lemon juice and pickles and cauliflower. Put some raisins in with some broccoli too while you're at it. Yeah, so they've made this crazy kids show. Avoid modern technology. And everything is really old. Computers, floppy drives. There's a reason why behind that you learn a little bit later on. But now to the flashy light things. And now I'm in the astral plane, alright. Cleanse the merry-go-round.
Ugh, this place makes me nauseous. An object of power.
I think this is what gives me
How do you
dodge
think it got
finally,
down
which is what I
here?
need.
A carousel horse. Why is kid stuff always so creepy?
Yes, so now I can dodge, which is great. But unfortunately, the dodging also uses your grabbing powers. So like if you grab stuff like this, you can see the white bar, it goes down, replenishes. Dodging also uses the same thing. Gold enemies are immune to Jesse's attacks. Now you win this one. So basically, dodge. This game has a way of teaching you new abilities. Had to speed power play Skyrim, had to shout something. Yeah, there's no Furos Da or whatever you call it there. Nothing cool like that, you just have it. Later, one of the other abilities you get is the ability to, it's like levitate. You just like start floating in the air. It's pretty crazy. Come towards the light. As a person with light sensitivity, this is murder. I just want to point that out, Remedy. And I'm back where I fell through the floor, but now everything's okay. Alright. I like how it goes back to that screen. Yeah, this is like me more accurately. Ooh, popcorn. I love popcorn. It was one of my wonderful vices that I used to have all the time there, but I still eat it every now and then, but I make the really, really good stuff, just like movie theaters, the exact same stuff, which I'll tell you guys about in a second. But for right now, I need to run to the restroom real quick. We'll put up the BRB and the copyrighted music, so I'll be right back. Hang tight. Well, T. Wells, I'm glad it didn't really work out with her. I mean, it didn't seem like she was the really kind of sharing is caring type person. So maybe it was for the best, you know. I don't think you'll be invited back to that kindergarten movie time either, but hey, it's their fault they didn't learn how to share, so. Health recovery on element 20, that's lower than I have now, it's at 23. Give me money. So, movie theater popcorn is ridiculously easy to make at home. What it is basically movie theaters, if you ever talk to somebody who's worked there or worked there yourself, they basically pop it in coconut oil is what it is. It's a low smoke point, heats up very quickly. So all you need is a container. Like Alton Brown actually has a way. It has, of course, the most ridiculous way possible. Like, get a stainless steel bowl and all this. Just get something that can hold like a third of popcorn, like a third cup of popcorn, so it makes a big full bowl. Put enough coconut oil on the bottom of your pan so it can cover like the oil there. Get it all covered up there. Just melt it down. Throw on your popcorn. Then you're going to need something called Flavacol. This is the exact same stuff that movie theaters put onto their popcorn. I have one of these, and I've had it for like 2 years. It's basically seasoning salt, and it's like a lifetime supply. It's like $8. You literally put half a teaspoon. It's a very small amount. Put a half a teaspoon in there, spread it around the rest of your popcorn, like your kernels, and then pop your popcorn like normal. It comes out tasting and looking exactly like movie theater popcorn, and you have spent almost nothing on it. Versus, like, having to refinance your mortgage on your house to make it at, to buy it at the movie theater. It's like you can just make it at home. Coconut oil, half a teaspoon of that. Like I said, buying one of those containers, just one is like a lifetime supply. It's like, I have barely made a dent in it, and I've had it for like 2 years. It's just salt, it's flavored. But it's the exact same stuff they use. So one of the people I used to work with was actually worked at a movie theater, and I asked them about it. They're like, yeah, that's the exact same stuff we use. And I was like, in coconut oil? They're like, yeah. I'm like, okay, perfect. So I can make it all at home, and I have been. Yes, just, it's like, I'm not fat. I just have like just a big humongous, like, hefty bag stuffed underneath my shirt full of popcorn. Alright, so the merry-go-round horse that I just, got there should be kept in a confined space when unbound. Fiberglass horse, once used as a seat for a merry-go-round ride, pole is still connected to the object. Short distances at high speeds, quite dangerous when blank is in its path. Horse discovered at the site of an abandoned amusement park, local blank, reported that the rides would move on their own and they would be chased out. As rumors reached the Bureau, See America Overnight, episode 235, which is like a AM radio station call-in, which you hear a couple things here and there. Agents were dispatched to investigate. The local blank were found dead at the scene. The object attacked Agent Blank and did horrible, unspeakable things. And this was first found in 1998. Or is in there? Go speak to Ahti, the Finnish Finnish janitor. The good man. He's got his own poster of himself on his dome door. Okay.
Well done. You got the job. It's place for congratulations. Yippee, saatana. It happened in the last drop. I truly need an assistant.
Funny thing is, I've been a janitor. I'm more at home in that role than as the director. Only Ati here seems to see that.
Yeah, hi, Ati. Look, we need to get the lockdown lifted, otherwise I can't get to the other sectors. Can you help me get to the override?
Yes, yes. Easy peasy. It's just around the corner. But first, we need to get you working. Very small, couple of hours job.
Something tells me it's gonna be more than that.
Jaha. You think there's a dog buried in this? I can tell you are not yesterday's Krause's son. That's
Basically
why
saying
you'll make
you
a
wasn't
great
born yesterday.
assistant.
Finish saying.
Very well. I'll hit the facts on the table. Mä kyllä sanon perkele suoraan, että this house has a vermin problem. A bad one. They've already messed up the cooling pumps. And the power generators of a power plant, perkele. And the pensioner inside is starting to feel the band around his head tighten. The situation needs to be fixed before the plant blows up. And we all disappear like a fart in Sahara.
Trying my best to keep up with this. Fix the coolant pumps and the power generators, otherwise the power plant will blow.
But don't you worry. I've left you clear instructions. You'll catch the end of the thread before I go to my vacation. The work's on the task board here. You can do later, when you have time.
Vacation? Right.
Yes, no one's gonna cancel my holiday or seat's gonna rattle.
Read your mind
But
again.
don't worry at all. You'll take care of it and soon this crisis gonna be last winter's snow. You better go now, so you don't have to run with your head as your third leg. The door in the back leads to the plant.
The door in the back. That's great. Thank you, Ati.
Burn the trash.
Yep.
Little side missions you can do.
trash. Throw it in the fire. Burn it all. Burn it into a reindeer, not into a moose.
Okay then. Oh, there's something on his desk. I didn't see it right. Okay.
Okay, so what happens again if that thing blows up?
Power. Explosion. Too much. Director's duty. Keep the lights on.
Basically, it's like, yeah, it's my job as a director, keep all the lights on and make sure the place doesn't blow up, so we don't all die. You know, things that matter and are important, really. Escaped object of power. An object of power escaped the Panopticon a couple weeks ago, and they want everyone to keep an eye out for it. So if anyone sees a merry-go-round horse zipping around the sector, alert me immediately. Do not try to contain it on your own. Definitely don't bind it to yourself. Security Chief Simon Arish. Arish, whatever. See nothing over here.
Hey, are you new? Go talk with Chief Arish in the security booth. He's in charge here.
Sure thing. So let me take care of this first. So now I can fast travel back to here. Remember, this is all in a building in the middle of downtown New York City that nobody can see.
Ma'am! Hey! Chief Arish, FBC Security. Shouldn't you be in a safe room?
Why are you yelling at me? Simon, got your message. Yeah, someone in the sector is asking about Auntie. Just tell him you'll handle it and leave. You'll handle it and leave it at that. There we go. Finish reading. Under no circumstances should any personnel intervene with his day-to-day routine. Told you everything you need to know about him so you could better deal with his odd habits. Yes, he's still very much a classified matter. Pardon me, this is still very much classified matter. Also saw a report about the quarry worker who wandered into the Foundation. So there's also a quarry in this building too. Detaining him was the right move. We'll figure out what he saw before he decides on his next steps. In case you had noticed, something is up between Trench and Darling. That was isn't your strong suit, but try your best to stay out of it.
They all have HRAs. We're on the same side.
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm here to perform the directorial override to get the lockdown lifted.
Yeah, Chief Arish, FBC Security. I'm just... Oh, hang on, you're the new director. It's a pleasure, ma'am.
Let's skip the formalities, please.
Right. Faden, ma'am. Look, as you can probably tell, it's a bit of a shit show down here. We've been holding our ground, but whatever's gotten into our buddies has them wrecking the coolant pumps and the power converters. The NSC keeps overheating, and my crews keep getting shot before they have a chance to make any repairs.
NSC?
Oh, sorry. Bureau jargon. It's what we call the power plant. You know, the big rumbling metal thing? Salvador, head of security, asked me to protect it in case of an attack. See, what's inside is dangerous. Dr. Darling seemed to know it would be a target.
Darling? He's here?
No, he came down a few days ago, before everything went to hell. He was out of it. Smelled like a bar mat. He was ranting about vulnerabilities and how he only had one large-scale HRA, but that he needed it somewhere else. Still, at least he gave us these personal HRAs before he left. Hey, did I mention that he was tearing his clothes off? Crazy dude.
Darling knew the hiss was coming.
Listen, I love playing 20 questions as much as the next guy, but we have got to get the water and electrical systems repaired before this baby blows. I'll have my guys unlock the doors out of here for you.
I'll take care of it. You stay and keep the hiss away from the plant if you can.
The hiss? That's what we're calling him? Oh, that's catchy. Oh, listen, the radios aren't working, so if you find my boss Salvador out there, could you please ask him what the plan is? I'm sure he will have one by now.
I'll keep an eye out for him.
He sure has a lot of faith in his boss.
Try to stay alive.
Is there something back here? I know there is later. Oh, there it is. Never mind.
Pressure's climbing so fast, I'm amazed.
This place gets a little bit confusing to navigate, so I need to fix the coolant pumps and the energy converters. Coolant pumps this way. These guys, they're terrible. They explode and they die. So you really do not want them to get close to you. That's why they're terrible. More red. So whenever you see red in this game, it's like you know you're in for a fight. So we're here first. More stuff. Dodge efficiency. So you can also get... Nice. So basically, like, you know, use less energy to dodge, but of course you need to use that same energy to throw stuff, so early on in this game it's a little bit hard to do.
Power cut. Replace the parts.
Lights, camera, action. Yay, new abilities, okay. Launch. So this is what you really, really want to have. Of course, not enough to do it right now, but launch grenades and rockets back at the enemy, because those things, as we saw earlier, just do a massive amount of damage. The spin. Okay, so I just don't have enough ritual impulses or money, which is like source. This is the one that's like basically turns your pistol into a machine gun. So that's kind of fun to have. You also have board countermeasures, which are like little side things you can do, like kill enemies without dying, kill 50 of them. You get like upgrade points and money. Discards. Melee. Grip, that's what I'm using right now. Headshots. I think there's 3 you can do total. So do these 3. What is up here? Okay, furnace chamber. Very bright. So one of the missions we had, side missions, was burn the trash. And this is very bright on my eyeballs. So I'm going to turn down the brightness for this part. Okay, that's a little bit more manageable for my eyes.
By trash, did Ati mean barrels full of hazardous biological material?
Pretty sure he did.
Seems like I'm breaking some environmental regulations on waste disposal, but if that's what Ati wants, then I'll get it done.
Become the trash man. Mail tube complaint. Get this, the accounting department still says they haven't received my expense reports. They say the receipts probably got lost in the mail tubes because of the shift or threshold or some other fuckery that I don't have, or that if I don't have the originals, they can't verify my expenses for reimbursement. Such bullshit. Why do we even have these fucking tubes if they spit our mail out some other goddamn dimension? Good. So, this place also connects to multiple dimensions. Keep that in mind. I think before I file formal complaint. Yeah. And there's another one over here. Stay up there so I can throw them in a minute. Hopefully it stays back up there. Okay, that's what I need.
My name is Dr. Pierce. My name is Dr. Pierce, lead researcher of the Parakinesiology Department. I believe that I've discovered a Code Omega paranatural entity residing within the Bureau itself, right under our noses. Darling refused to allocate me the budget or resources, so I'm taking matters into my own hands. Let this recording be the proof I need to convince them. The furnace can speak. It's been talking to me for some time now. Listen. Did you hear that? It's a sentient force, capable of communicating. I checked, and there's no record of ever installing this furnace. I believe that... Oh, sorry. What? Yes, I can feed you. What do you eat? I see. I'll try to find some volunteers. Researchers of the Parakinesiology.
So the furnace started telling her, like, basically, like the plant from Little Shop of Horrors, feed me. So she started feeding it volunteers, quote-unquote volunteers. Here's the other barrel I need. From downtown! And there's another one somewhere. I think it's up over here. Yeah, there it is, that's right. I remember where that pesky last barrel is. Fortunately, they glow like a different color, so you know that this is not it. Like, you find like a barrel that's not glowing like these, you definitely know that's not it. That one was like up in the rafters, maybe. I don't know, it's been a while since I've done this. Need one more. They're all in this room, so they're not like any other place. You have to worry about being like in another sector or a different part of the building. They're all located in here. It's around here somewhere. Maybe I tossed one up and didn't realize it, like, didn't go in. No, it's not up here. Oh god, that is terrible on my eyeballs. Oh man. That is not comfortable. So I can remember like being in a higher place. Maybe it's just that one over here. That's right, it's over. Well, if you happen to see it, call it out, because it's in this room. It's somewhere. So, you know, oh yeah, this is like a fast, easy one to get, and you get some ability points out of it. Get the spin. Fragile, must be Italian. Since like I'm so close, it's literally just one left that I'm missing right now, and it's driving me nuts. Mouse movement! This is where you cheat, boys and girls.
Welcome to some.
Okay, so this is not for now. This is actually for an end game part. A lot of people are like, "Oh, here's how you here's all the locations for the furnace, like for all the barrels you need to throw in," and it's like a 15-minute video. It's like if you don't know where it is and you're stumbling around recording it as you do it for the purpose of a like playthrough, edit it. You know, just when you find them there, just like cut to the part where you grab the barrel or whatever, then cut to it. So got that one. Got that. I think the game may have glitched out because I've thrown everything in there and it's just like, nope. Which is kind of known to happen. This game is not exactly foolproof. I mean, there's still some weird glitches and stuff. The PC version has not been patched yet, so that's a downside. So it looks like it probably glitched and it'll fix itself if I were to reload, which I'm not going to do right now. So that's a bummer. But I did get everything, but once you have the floating ability, you can go in through there and do some secret stuff. So we'll ignore that for now. He'll probably reload next time I do it there. Let's get back to the overrides. What I'm supposed to be doing. Search records. Bad guys. Hotline. Yeah. Northmore was the guy before Trench, and he was crazy and went insane, and they had to like lock him in his own containment cell somewhere in here. Okay, so let's fix the brightness. Now we're past the part where my eyeballs are bleeding. Let's put that back up.
Just hold together a little longer.
Also, let me get a headshot. And say, where'd you go? The coolant pumps, yay!
Bro, go to Sept. Fix it fast. If the plant goes boom, we can throw the spoon in the corner.
Definitely don't throw the spoon in the corner.
My old enemy, the clock, is blocking the pipes. You need to deal with that. He's very clever. He's trying to sneak in. We got him caught with his hand in the fist. Get rid of
What the hell is that? Oh, that's the most disgusting thing I've ever seen.
So, needless to say, you don't get sprayed with this. Oh yeah, that's why she said the exact same thing. It's like, that is disgusting. Whatever this thing is. Okay, they're all defeated. Then to the right. Still sounds great.
We need to hurry.
Okay, so these like power devices open doors. Just gotta find a receptacle to throw them into. But I need to get up there. That's where I came in. There we go. Oh, I don't care about you. I need you. Clog complaint. Gross blockage down, the water systems is back. What is it? Where does it keep coming from? Why the hell does Adi keep yelling nonsense at it? Looks like it can understand him. Of course he acts like we can understand him too. Guess that's his brand of crazy. Gonna try a new drain cleaner, extreme strength. I don't think that Drano's gonna work. Small fries can wait. Those flying bombs, those are kind of priorities. Alright, so I got the headshots. Now I just need to kill 2 more. It just doesn't matter. We're all good. Locked still. Just looking for more things to plug in. Okay, so when you see these, that usually means that there's like a bad guy alive somewhere, but the music isn't playing, so... Here we go, here's some more bad guys. Stop shooting at the machinery! And me, by proxy! Oops, that didn't work. Can't see. Okay, that's fine. The door's still red.
There go the pipes. Nothing more satisfying than manual labor.
Alright, so that's done. Is that door up here still... Yep, it's still locked. It's still red. Boo! Okay, so red, let's go there. Nothing bad will happen. Okay, I need to get to high ground. This guy's got a really big machine gun and he throws grenades. Up to the elevator. Particles explode, slow down the game. Secretly hide the loading. Well, it sounds like fun stuff's going on in here. Yep. Okay, you're on my side. They are not. Oh crap. Okay, now they're all dead. Yeah, you're welcome. Word countermeasures, collect. Energy boost, no one cares. Weapon armor damage, that's kind of good. Don't have spin just yet. I love this game, but man, the color scheme and the brightness just kill my eyes. Killed mold hosts. I'm not counting the mold until like later in the game. Why is he giving that to me now? Okay, astral constructs. Can I make the spin yet? No. Upgrade grip. That's another one too. So basically, upgrading it gives you like more power, more damage, and you can put more upgrades into it, like more accuracy, damage, and so forth. But I really want that spin. That's helpful. I'm almost there. Just need a little more money. That's 6, and that's 5. Get rid of the 5. We don't need that. So what do we have right now? Damage after kill. That's kind of good. Damage against enemy armor is even better though, because we start basically like the white bar above them is the armor. So good to have. Missions, we know about that. Collectibles, we're fine. Okay, so I need to find the converters. If only I knew how to read. But that said, right there. Pretty sure that's the way. Red lights, of course it is. Red is never good in this game. Lights.
I don't like that sound.
Oh good, it's a control point with people right here. Surprise! And they were. Okay, so more of them will spawn. Lesson learned. That was just the 3. I'm like, oh, I can rack up my melee and get those out of the way real quick. Huh? No. Not quite. Fingers are locking up. How much money do I have now? Up, still not enough. Bummer. I thought there was a... I guess it wasn't here. Central maintenance, don't need to go there yet.
I don't like that sound.
Okay, now they're dead. Like that. That's still where it needs to be. Okay, cool. Accuracy boost. Alright, so now I have enough money. Good. Alright, astral constructs, weapon forms, spin, baby. Oh, yeah. Shatter. Damage boost after kill, or accuracy. Accuracy you definitely want for this. It's this bad boy. Kinda neat.
It's fried up. You need to fix it before the old twig bites inside the plant has a shit fit.
I know you're there, I just can't target you. Okay, I guess I killed that guy. Okay. Nope, nope. Music's still going. Never mind. It's like, oh, it stopped. How nice. Seven, 10. You can eaten. Okay, now they're dead. Unfortunately, you don't find people in shelters, just the first one you came across, but sometimes they'll have containers like this that you want to have. See if it has like any upgrades. First time I played through, one of the better ones it gave me was like increased damage boost, and I have not seen it yet. Just damage against enemy armor, but not like one that's just overall like increase your damage. So I can put this on the spin and make it fire even faster. Which is kind of good and kind of bad because you'll just chew through ammo real quick. So I tend to not use that. Okay. Ah, crap. I hate those rocket guys. Where'd you come from? Yeah, just don't fling or attack or anything, game. Just go drop the inputs. That's nice. It's like, yeah, hey, look, I can levitate a rock. I'm like Yoda. That would be a lot cooler if she was. So I'm just gonna say it's canon, official. Yes, she is using the Brazilian butt booster. Oh, poison room. Kaboom! I see like my output froze. There we go. Alright. Yeah, Twitch is really kind of delayed right now. That guy has a heck of an arm. Okay, cool. So it's kept that there at least. That's nice. Yeah, those missiles seek, which is why they're such a pain in the butt and why you really want to get that, you know, catch and release type thing, like throw them back to him as soon as you can. That is like a priority upgrade. Okay. Just back entrance. So I was wondering, did it give me that mission from earlier? No, it didn't. No, it did. Investigate the training course. Okay, good, because I need to get there. Because anything this game tells you, like, investigate this, it's like you want to go do it because it gives you a new ability. I think this one gives you a shield you can throw up.
Blow up. Let's go lift the lockdown.
So I'm over on the right side where it says NSC Energy Converters, the small little red dot moving around. And the question mark is way over where I need to go for the training course, so I don't think I'll be able to get there just yet. So we'll probably have to come back to that. This game will sometimes give you missions or things you can see, but you can't get to them immediately. Health recovery, that might be useful. 25, 23, yep, we're gonna replace that. Then destroy the old one for money, money, money. Anything else back here? Good. I have one heck of a vertical leap. That is impressive. I should play for the WNBA. That Brazilian butt booster is really paying off for her. fast travel. I need to get to control room. So that's security. Control rooms on the other side. Oh look, red and an abyss. Let's not jump into that. Running the right way. It's very easy to get turned around in here, especially this part. Or maybe that was it back at security.
Blockages in pipes C through F. When the converters and coolant pumps are working again, we should be able to get this baby back down to a safe temperature. I hope.
Hiss.
What do you know about the hiss?
Not much, only what I've seen. Well, they use the same tactics that Marshall and Salvador taught us, which makes me think that the hiss haven't completely erased the people inside, which is a pretty fucking horrible thought. Or they're just using whatever they find in their victims' heads. In any case, they are really eager to get inside the power plant.
Why do you think that is?
Shit, I don't know. They want to make my life harder?
What do you do here, Arish?
Security chief of the maintenance sector. I make sure all the weird shit down here doesn't bother the maintenance crews. Learned everything I know from Salvador. The best security
We actually learned he used to be like
Bureau
special
has ever
operations.
And you like
Pardon
your
me.
job?
I love it. You know, everyone thinks that maintenance is the lowest rung on the ladder just because we
So it
fix
turns out
pipes
he
instead
actually
of
has some skills to
fighting
back it
lungs.
up.
I gotta be honest. These are the bravest people in the goddamn building. I'm proud to work with them.
I've done a few odd jobs with these kind of folks. They say what they mean. I like that.
What exactly is the power plant?
Listen, I only know what Salvador told me, but I know it generates all the electricity for the Bureau, and it's got two very simple rules. Rule 1, keep it below a certain temperature. Rule 2, don't ever, ever open it. Oh, and 3, it's classified, so I shouldn't ask.
Sounds like secrets are standard operating procedure around here.
Oh, yeah. It's all part of the job.
What do you know about the service weapon?
Not much. That thing is director only. Salvador told me by the time he saw Trench use it. Sounds like that gun can do some serious damage. Yeah, I did see pictures of it once, though, and it looks different to that thing you're carrying. You modded or something? It's new.
Is new a good thing?
Given the circumstances, I'd say new is our best bet.
Do you know this Ati guy?
Of course. He's my favorite coffee break buddy. Dude has got some crazy stories. And he probably knows more than anyone else around here, if you can make sense of what he's saying.
Any idea where he's from?
Finland?
I'm guessing Sweden.
He's from where he's from. Look, there are just some stones that are better left unturned, you know?
I should be going. Try to stay
Right.
alive.
You got a lockdown to lift.
Alright, so where is that? Maintenance control room. Yeah, maybe I should follow the sign that says maintenance control room. Converters. It's just a dead end over there. Yeah, the bathroom, Sharon. I need to use it. I gotta go. Perfect. Well, this bathroom's a lot nicer. It's like the company I did my externship for when I was in school. It was like they had restrooms, like the men's restrooms were just simple, like go in, like you have your usual bathroom you're working on, and the usual things there. But the women's bathrooms actually had a rest area, so you'd go into the room and there were couches and lamps and books to read and everything else. Then you'd have to go into another room, was actually the normal facilities you'd see. So the building was built in like the 60s, I believe it was, 50s or 60s. So it actually had, like, restrooms were rest rooms. It was really kind of trippy. Task you're working on is getting so hard, it's taking about a week to optimize the round you're on. Oof. Well, you said this is going to be a long-term project anyway. You know, you're thinking about maybe a year or something like that. I think if this is the same one, because I know that there's several that were going to take longer. The game that's too hot to handle. Not too hard to handle, because that'd be a Black Crow song. From a complaint, authorized use of... Oh, I love this. This is great. So this is within the crack whip. I mentioned it in a stream a couple days back. I'd like to file a formal complaint to the unauthorized use of my voice in a state of quality I did not agree on. The fact that they were planning to use material from what I thought was a rehearsal was not communicated to me at all. Had it been, I would have disavowed or disallowed the use of those recordings. I want the Ranger Field Training Course recorded messages to halt immediately. I will not stand for this humiliation among my peers. I'll go to HR with this if necessary. So, the guy's not happy. He's like, he thought it was just a rehearsal thing, so he reads it kind of deadpanned. And you get to hear what the recording sounds like in just a minute. It's funny. It's like, yeah, I can't believe they did that. Apparently he angered someone. This is great.
So I just read this. Welcome to the Ranger Field Training Course. The course must be completed in the specified amount of time. When you're ready to start, press the button. Is that all, or?
I always did love obstacle courses.
So they recorded him and put that in there. So he angered somebody, apparently. So this is kind of a pain in the butt. You gotta do it real fast, of course.
Get ready, Ranger. Course starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go.
No, grab this. Oh my gosh, why is this taking forever?
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Oh, just barely made it. Okay.
Part of the course.
Hate that, because it's like, man, it takes forever for your energy to reform.
Itself.
This looks nice and friendly. Let's approach it.
I'll need to hit it harder to break that shit.
It's a safe floating in midair. Put your foot underneath there, see what happens. So say Acme anywhere on it. Yes, this is the shield. Which isn't that great. You can level it up, but I usually don't. The shield doesn't last forever either, so there is actually a durability rating they're not telling you about right now. And I couldn't see where I was going, so fell off an edge and stopped, and there we go again. Okay, cool. Oops. So as you can see, it's not a perfect shield. Things can get through it. And there's actually an ability later on with it that you can actually, like, throw the things, like the shield you have, but it's not nearly as powerful as your normal toss that you have. So it just, like, throws it in one direction and just kind of knocks people off balance, so you don't really do a whole lot of damage. So when I first got the upgrade, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna wreck some people with this now. I'm gonna use the shield a lot, and you don't. Alright, there we go.
Good time to have a shield.
How about I just kill everybody quickly so I don't have to worry about the shield? Could do that too. Elevator. Said map's not that great. Ooh, black rock processing. This leads you to a quarry. I'm not supposed to be there yet. I'm gonna get my butt kicked if I go there. But there's a quarry inside the building, and apparently leads to like another alternate dimension or location, and you can see there's like stars above you in a galaxy formation. So it's like, well, that's pretty trippy. Control room this way. Okay. Control room number 2. Okay. Second floor. So I was thinking like it was behind a door, like it wasn't an obvious place. I had to stop and think about where I'd first found it. Because when you first play this game, you get really lost very easily. But seeing how large everything is in this impossible building, kind of bound to happen. Energy converters, I don't have to worry about that yet. Coming game reminder. Okay, so it's like basically they have like a beer thing going on, or a poker game. Weight bound object allows to telekinetically gather items, debris from surroundings. First acquired 2014. Discovered in the basement of a home in Blank, Ohio. Object gained rapid interest in certain online forums dedicated to opening abandoned safes. I wonder if Geraldo knows about this. After months of failure, the owner attempted to open it with explosives. The object survived with no physical damage. The Bureau agents were dispatched, now confident of its paranatural nature. Blood occasionally emerges. Okay, let's try it again. Blood occasionally emerges from the seam around the object's door. Tests confirm the blood is not human. X-rays taken of the object indicate that something is trapped inside, though the images are always blurred, which indicates the contents of the object are moving. All attempts to open the object have been unsuccessful. So I know I just went down the door. Let's see. Actually, I think there's something on the other side in ventilation. Looking for a control point. And there's one right there, which means I'm gonna have to fight guys. Yep. So gonna be good to upgrade. Run out the room, give myself some space. They despawn? Did I just find an exploit? Guys? People trying to murder me? Where'd you go? Okay, just hang out there. So they reset their... Okay, so that's interesting. So I just found out something. This might be useful maybe to a speedrunner, but trigger this place at least for this control point, exit out and go back. They reset the up top. So those guys did it at least, but where's everyone else? Weird. Okay, so I'm going to exit out here. If you get far enough away, music will just stop. Okay, good. So that's done. So let's try it again. There we go. So that was the last guy. It's just stuck in the ceiling, wouldn't drop down. I'm probably gonna actually wrap it up pretty soon. If you have to reboot, reboot. It's all good. It's getting pretty late. I am getting pretty hungry. I'll probably be streaming again tomorrow.
To protect them, forces contain a lockdown would only be lifted by a directorial override.
This is what we came here to do.
It is. Gimme. Yes. Launch grenades and rockets back at the enemy. This is really, really needed. This one's kind of fun too, because you can just pick up people, like the small grunts, and chuck them at other people. Health is kind of low. Let's do another health. I'm not in constant danger of dying. Here we go, so that saves the game. Yeah, so let's just call it for right now. It's getting kind of late. I am also hungry too, so... Just got back. Perfect. That was a fast reset. Or a reboot. It's impressive. But yeah, it's all good there. So basically just leveled up my gun and we'll finish up that mission tomorrow. So I plan on playing again tomorrow. Control is a lot of fun. I definitely do recommend the PC version. It does run the best. I don't have the newest computer. I have a 4-year-old graphics card and I can still get to run 60 frames per second, which is pretty neat. So I will be back again streaming tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you don't know when that is, just type that into Google, copy and paste it however you want to do. It'll tell you for wherever you are in the world. And you can also check me out on Twitter at Wursel555. So if you feel like coming back but you're not following, or even if you are following, you can find out what I'll be doing. So I usually post up around 2 to 3 hours in advance of if I'm going to be streaming. I'll let you know what I'll be playing if I know, or if I need to cancel, which sometimes does happen. So of course, shoutouts to Nimix, T. Wallace, Ronnie dropped by as well, and I think that's it for everybody who chatted today. And of course, anybody else who lurks, lurkers are always welcomed here on my channel. So, let's do a raid. I believe T. Wallace is streaming right now. Yep. We'll do a little raid on him. Get that rocking. So I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll keep playing this game. So this is like a second playthrough of it. Really enjoying it. Recommend it to other people, but we'll be doing that. So, peace out. See you tomorrow.